here at George Pierce Park with Coach Arthur Cho of the 2013 MAYLA team, U15 MAYLA team. This is a little bit different organization than past years. Coach Cho, tell us about the organizational change this year.
Sure. As a group, I guess, as an association, we decided the best interest of some of the kids that do play at a higher level play in a different league other than GLL, which GLL is a great league, but it's meant more for a recreational type of league where, you know, for example, kids get their play time. A lot of developing players. Versus MAYLA, which has been around for a long time.
And that's Metropolitan Atlanta Lacrosse Association.
Right. It's a Metro Youth, whatever it stands for. But yeah, it's a.
So just playing the 10 other leagues in the county, we're getting out beyond the county and really increasing the competition here.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because a lot of these teams in these high schools have had lacrosse ingrained in their systems for a number of years. Versus out here in Gwinnett, we're pretty new. So a lot of these teams from Alpharetta, Johns Creek, Roswell, even as far as Peachtree City, they've been around for a long time. As far as our high school feeder systems and this MAYLA league, so we decided to take the opportunity, like I said, to let some of our better skilled kids play in this league and better develop with players and competition that's like what we put together.
Now here you mentioned something. Here in Gwinnett County, lacrosse is relatively new. This is what, the third or fourth year of lacrosse. How long has it been a program here that you're aware of?
I've been involved since the start. This is actually only its third year. As far as organized, kind of county-wide, systems, much like GFL in football.
Right.
We have the GLL in lacrosse. Of course, obviously, lacrosse has been around for a long time. And as far as leagues themselves, they've geared a lot like how soccer has been in terms of academy, and versus the league players that played academy, go on the rec through academy. And lacrosse is in the same way. So we're fortunate to have a bigger league, so to speak, for all the kids to play.
Now, lacrosse is fairly new to the South as well. It's more popular in the North and Northeast in particular. But yet these kids get a lot more playing time, a lot more practice time because of just better weather. How would you compare the progression of the kids down here to kids in leagues in the Northeast, for example?
Well, I'd say you're absolutely right. With the weather, they do take advantage of being able to play year-round. Particularly late fall, early spring. I mean, we start in January, versus most places in the States. It's still snow, and they do practice in snow. It's just that we're fortunate that we do get, in the South there, decent weather year round. But kids in Florida, they play year round, and even kids, Maryland, they play year round because that's kind of a borderline. So that's. So we're kind of in between the two
Maryland's
hotbeds.
kind of the gold standard for lacrosse.
Yeah. So we're kind of in between the two hotbeds of lacrosse with Florida and Maryland, Virginia. So I think we're kind of moving towards one end and, kind of meeting where they're going to be, if not already.
So you're a coach here on this spring lacrosse league, on the MAYLA league, and then also in the summer you're coaching. You're part of the travel team as well. Now that's a slightly different organization, but most of the core kids who are here are going to be in that, and that's where we play a series of tournaments. Most of them regional, but one of them might be up in Virginia, where we're really expecting to maybe play some kids from Maryland, some kids from Pennsylvania. What do you look forward to that?
I believe that's scheduled to be our last tournament. We make it happen. And I think that time's out just right, just because you'll have 3 tournaments under their belts. And they'll be playing together, through the spring and through the summer up to that point. So hopefully by the time we get to a tournament like that, where we think it'll be the highest level of competition for this age group, for each age group, that we'll definitely see.
So I guess really the question I'm getting to is, it's a relatively new sport down here. It's has been more established, more history in the Northeast, and I'm wondering when the paths are going to cross. When do you think that the skills of the kids, the skills of the coaches, referees, organizations, and everything are going to cross, and we'll be at the same level or begin to be very competitive with some of the teams in the Northeast?
Oh, it's gonna be real soon. Just because. Just the speed of pace of as far as the sport being picked up by a number of kids. The thing is, kids now, they start when they're pick up a stick when they're 4 years old. Versus before, a lot of our kids didn't pick up a stick till they're 9, 10, 11, 12, someone. So what we're seeing happening is with the kids starting at a much younger age, they have that much more time to develop. So to answer your question, it's going to be real quick, just because up north, they do. It's a hockey stick, lacrosse stick, they pick it up early. down here. Once the kids start doing that, then it's a matter of intrinsic nature in terms of them pick up the sport and being good at it, because lacrosse is one of those sports where you can get good really quick.
Yeah.
And obviously the earlier they can pick up a stick and get feel for playing.
Gwinnett goalie, Samantha Gladstein.
To answer your question, I'm going to say within 5 years we should be right up with the Marylands and the Northern Pennsylvania,
wow.
and even the Canadians. It's just,
yeah.
like I said, it's just a matter of the kids.
You're Canadian yourself, right? And did you play box lacrosse when you were younger?
To be honest, I never played lacrosse growing up at all.
Till you got
it was hockey.
Hockey, yeah.
Yeah.
But the hockey players are always the best lacrosse players.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, if you watch box lacrosse, especially Canadians, they're one-handed.
Yeah.
Just because they follow how they play hockey. They're just dominant in one hand, and that's all they use. But they're very good at it. But a lot of similarities between the games. But yeah, I wish I would have played. But to be honest with you, it's not hockey. Lacrosse is probably 4th or 5th down the line in Canada. Yeah. Behind some of the other.
Well, I think it's very interesting around here because in the rec leagues, probably it seems to me that the majority of coaches have never coached before. Right. Or certainly haven't played, and yet they're finding the resources. And as a league, the league is providing resources that we seem to have very competitive teams. They're doing pretty well with the kids. The kids are learning. The kids are excited, and the level of play is surprising.
Right. Like I said, when I first started coaching lacrosse 3 years ago. Really didn't know a whole lot about it. Yeah. But there are resources, clinics that we're sent to, conferences obviously once a year up in Philadelphia. Yeah. But just kind of being around the sport, and of course the internet's a great resource, as well as when you can surround yourself whenever you get a chance with I'd say kids, because most of the ones that have played are just like Greg Horn. He's one of the coaches helping us. He's Georgia Tech. He's like 25 years old. Right. He's a young reference. That's really. He's not far removed from the sport. Is what I'm saying.
So, and that's also very interesting is that you guys have reached out to your local universities and find players, lacrosse players, club players. And what you've done this year, you have 2 parent coaches, yourself and John Tamburo, very experienced, very knowledgeable coach. Right. And you guys have pulled in this young recent player and kind of surrounding him with your support, handling all the administration and handling all the other issues, and letting him just basically bring his expertise to bear. How's that working out for us so far? I mean, if this is the first game, I guess we'll see. But as a process, do you think that we'll be repeating this, or just learning from it, or?
Yeah, I think it's a great learning experience for everyone involved. Yeah. Myself, John, as well as Greg. Yeah. Greg has a lot of experience coaching clinics, as such, and running that type of a training aspect, but I don't think he's ever physically coached a team especially for a season.
A lot of difference between playing and coaching.
Exactly. So he, as much as we're learning from him in terms of just lacrosse,
he's learning
itself, they're learning from us. He's learning from us in terms of how to coach,
and
how to coach young kids, which is a lot different oftentimes when you're coaching college kids or being a part of an adult team itself.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your team a little bit this year, the 2013 North Gwinnett MAYLA lacrosse team. You have a lot of your roster is from last year's travel team and last year's U15 team that won 13 consecutive games and won their county championship. How's your team looking this year? How would you describe that?
They're game players. Let me just put it that way. We have a lot of skill, a lot of talent on this team. We have a lot of size. I think we're well-rounded. We don't really have any weak spots, and as you shouldn't with the elite type of travel team is really what this is. Yeah. So we're still pretty young. I mean, we obviously don't have any 9th graders, which we will once we go in the summer. But we got a lot of skill. I think they are well coached, and they're getting to the maturity level now, where they take a lot of that talent and combine it with the hard work and really make something as it progress in the high school.
So tell me who you're playing today, and do you have any inside information on them?
We play Northview. Yeah. Unfortunately, don't have a whole lot of inside information. We know a few kids. Yeah. I know a few kids that are on the travel, the summer travel team, the Outlaws, I believe. They do have some talent as well. Obviously, they're a feeder system that's been around for a long time. Through high school. Yeah. And we look forward to the challenge. We really don't know what to expect first game, but the kids are ready and they're going to give it everything they got, and that's all we can ask for.
All right, Coach, so I know you need to take a break here and get your kids together. Thank you so much, and best of luck today in the season.
All right, thank you, Mr. Riggs. All right.